A few days passed, and we had put together a considerable amount of information regarding summoning the mallet. In order to summon the mallet, it was necessary to pour the blood of Otakemaru in a designated location. That location was the central point of the weird haze we'd witnessed on the hill previously, and was likely in front of that bell. There had seemingly been descendants of Otakemaru that had successfully summoned the mallet in the past, but there were no accounts left in the research materials about how much blood they had shed. Also, the mallet would apparently turn to mist and vanish upon its owner's death. Although it disappeared, it would continue to exist. As a result, a number of intense battles had unraveled between the three great families and the Tsuchigumo following every repeated summon of the mallet in the past. Since the three great families couldn't seal the mallet away, the only choice was to keep its owner shrouded in the shadows, which would mean yeah, the only way you will avoid it is to secretly snatch the mallet and then immediately leave the island. There are ninjas stationed on that hill all the times, though. It would be incredibly difficult to get your hands on the mallet without anyone realizing. It was then that Kureha lifted her hung head and gazed at the setting sun. The bright red glow of the sunset reflected in her eyes, but she was almost assuredly seeing something else entirely. Many things had occurred over Golden Week, not just intelligence gathering. We celebrated Kana's birthday, and it appeared as though Kureha had grown closer to her and the other committee members. But the closer they grew, the harder it would be to say goodbye, or the worse, knowing they may become hostile adversaries in the near future. Kureha knew of a way to avoid that sort of outcome, but couldn't take that crucial step forward. As much as I wanted to save Kureha right here and now, my hands were tied. She had to be the one to make that decision. I had already told her how I felt, and now it was her turn to decide. All I could do was to stay by her side and hold her hand. We've still got time, just think it over. Kureha gripped my hand back and shuffled her shoulder up to me before quietly shutting her eyes. You can stay this way forever if you want. Yeah? Yeah, of course. If that's what you want. You're... A ninja addressed Kureha just as we passed by I want you. If I remembered right, the color of that scarf was.
なんだ、この前のロリコン忍者じゃないか。
だから俺はロリコンじゃない。膨らみかけが好きなんだ。そんなことはどうでもいい。住吉クレハ、ロッカーでお前の持ち物が見つかった。取りに来い。
Again? You really do forget things a lot.
欲しいの。特になくしたものはないんだが。
とにかく確認してくれ。女物なので、俺たちでは判別がつかない。
わかった。ケイスケ、悪いわ。
Yeah, I'll be waiting for you here. I waved goodbye to Kureha and the ninja, then leaned against the nearby wall and waited for them to return. Something she'd forgotten, huh? Guess she was the next klutziest person in line after Akari. I guess everyone working at the tea kettle was careless in some way. Hey Aoi, on your way home?
部活が終わったところ、今から情報収集に行かないと。
With that comment, Akari gave a firm nod.
この前はごめんね。私のせいで2人が気まずくなっちゃったみたいで。
It's fine. In a certain sense, our relationship's taken a step forward thanks to you.
そうなの？じゃあ貫通式はお済み？
Don't call it a penetration ceremony. But yeah, I did confess to her and we kissed.
何それ？私聞いてない。どうして何も言ってくれなかったの？
It's not really something I want to get around. You know Kureha hates that kind of thing too.
それはそうだけど、その調子だとそれ以上はまだって感じ？
Yeah, she told me to wait for her answer.
なんで？2人とも相思相愛じゃない。何を怖がってるの？
Well, we were on a rural road at sunset and there was no sign of any other people around. Sorry, Kureha. On second thought, I really did want to have a proper talk with Aoi. Not only did I want to tell her everything, I wanted her to support me from the heart. Aoi, the truth is...
クーちゃんが偽裏！
Idiot, keep your voice down.
ごめん。でもそっか、そういう事情があったんだ。
Yeah, which is why I decided to take Kureha's feelings into consideration and wait for her answer.
お兄ちゃんのバカ！
Huh?
クーちゃんの言い分もお兄ちゃんの言い訳も分かった。その上で言わせてもらうと、お兄ちゃんクーちゃんに抱え込ませすぎ。
Her shoulders?
そうだよ。自分の未来もお兄ちゃんとの仲も全部クーちゃんに押し付けちゃってるじゃない。それじゃあクーちゃんが悩んで頭を抱えるのも仕方ないよ。
Ah. Now that Aoi had spelled it all out for me, I realized just how right she was. I was currently waiting on Kureha to tell me which path she would soon follow and what, where, feelings, and what her feelings were for me. That was the same as delegating all of our problems onto Kureha. I couldn't believe I never realized.
はあ、まったく。いつものお兄ちゃんはどこに行ったの？好きな人ができてふぬけちゃった？
What do you mean, gutless? I made sure to tell Kureha how I felt.
告げただけでしょ？思いを告げたなら今度は行動に移さないと。クーちゃんの意志を尊重するのは大事だよ。でもお兄ちゃんの気持ちも大事にしないとダメ。
My feelings.
そうだよ。自分に素直になれって私言ったよね。あれお兄ちゃんにも言ったつもりだよ。クーちゃんは迷いながら必死に答えを見つけようとしてる。お兄ちゃんはどう？本当はどうしたいの？クーちゃんを支えるだけでいいの？それしかできないって本当に思ってる？何か大事なこと忘れてない？お兄ちゃんはクーちゃんが好きなんでしょ？なら迷ってるクーちゃんの手を取ってさらっちゃいなよ。お兄ちゃんは天下御免の怪盗ウラ。多少強引な方がらしいと思うけどな。
Aoi. She was right. That was what had been bugging me all this time. I had been so focused on respecting Kureha's wishes that I had completely ignored my own feelings. While I was off telling Kureha to choose her own path, I had lost all sight of my own. I loved Kureha, so I wanted to be with her forever. What was the best course of action for us to be together? That was to prevent Kureha from obtaining the mallet. Kureha herself wished for us to be together too. What had her uneasy was the possibility that revealing her identity could lead to the end of her current lifestyle. In which case, I just needed to eliminate that worry. I shouldn't support her from the shadows, and instead should take her hand and walk at her side. I was Phantom Thief Ura the Third. Once I set my sights on a treasure, I would never let it get away from me. So...
いい顔つきになったね。そ それでこそ私のお兄ちゃんだよ。とは言ってもクーちゃんは素直じゃないからな。こっちから思いを告げても話を聞いてくれないと意味がないし。よし、ここは一つ葵ちゃんが一肌脱いじゃいましょうかね。
You're going to help?
私が2人のデートをプロデュースするよ。そこでお兄ちゃんの思いをぶつけてね。
A date? Please just spare me from anything as startling as the other day.
大丈夫大丈夫、今度は失敗しないから泥船に乗ったつもりでいなさい。
That sounds like a pretty horrible option.
あ、不安そうな顔してる。本当に大丈夫だってば。助っ人のあてもあるしね。
A helper? Who?
それはまだ秘密だよ。じゃあ私は先に帰って作戦練ってるね。お兄ちゃんはうまいこと言ってクーちゃんをデートに誘うように。
Hey! Aoi ignored me when I tried to stop her and quickly ran off. This plan didn't sound right to me, but will it really be okay? Going on a date did sound like a good idea, especially if it reaffirmed how we felt about each other, but... A short while later, Kureha came out of I Want You holding a brown paper bag. Looks like she really had forgotten something. What did you end up forgetting? Hey, what's the matter? Don't hurt me. I'm asking what you forgot.
ああ、どうやらブラジャーを忘れていったらしい。
Your bra? How in the world do you forget that?
最近ぼんやりすることが多いからな。うっかりしていたんだろう。それじゃあ私はもう行く。
I mean, we're going to the same place.
いや、しばらく一人にさせてくれないか。明日も迎えに来なくていい。
Huh? This is awfully sudden.
一人で考えをまとめたいんだ。頼む。
Kureha. Got it. To make up for it, let's go hang out somewhere this weekend.
遊びに？
Yeah, it's fine to think things through, but a change of pace is good once in a while. I'd like it if you could spare some time this weekend, even if you're busy.
強引だな。
Manly, right?
バカ。そういうのは厚かましいだけだ。それにこの状況で遊びに行くなんて。
That's exactly why you should do it. A change of scenery will do you some good and give you a new perspective on things, don't you think?
一理あるな。
Alright, on that note, let's go buy you some clothes like we promised before.
まあ、そこまで言うなら付き合ってもいいが。
Alright, it's settled then.
ずいぶんと嬉しそうだな。
Of course I am. I get to go on a date with the girl I love. It's not an act this time, it's a real date. There's no way I wouldn't be happy about this.
ケイスケ。
Okay, see you tomorrow. Make sure to brush your teeth before you go to sleep.
バカ、子供扱いするんじゃない。
Kureha puffed up her cheeks before turning her back to me and starting to walk away. But then she suddenly stopped in place and slowly turned around.
なあ、ケイスケ。
What's up?
その週末楽しみにしてる。
Yeah, same here. See you later then. We waved goodbye and she resumed her trek home. Her shy gestures were cute, but her voice had no resilience to it. It was almost like she was brooding over something. Maybe she wasn't so sure which path she should take after all. Our date this weekend. While telling her how I felt was important, I'd really have to get fired up to see that adorable smile of hers once more. The weekend was now upon us and the weather was perfect for our date. While I was busy waiting for Kureha to finish getting ready, I remembered the day we had gone to the beach. A number of weeks had passed since then, and my relationship with Kureha had changed drastically. Today was the day we would find her answer. Still though, would Kureha really be okay? She'd skipped out on class a few times this week. No, worrying wouldn't help anything. I was sure everything would make sense once I saw her. If today's date meant Kureha would accept me and our relationship, then I...
おはよう。
Hello! Took you a bit to get ready, huh?
それは一応デートだからな。身だしなみには気をつけておこうかと。
With that comment, Kureha twirled a strand of hair around her fingers. Her shy gestures were beyond adorable. Despite what she said, Kureha was wearing her usual clothes. No matter how else she dressed herself up, there was no point when she was like this.
それで今日はどこに行くんだ？
Okay, so let's start things off in the shopping district. I'll buy you a brand new outfit as a present, just like I promised.
すまない。
No need to apologize. Besides, I've got ulterior motives.
下心？
Yeah, I want to see the girl I love wearing cute clothes, especially before anyone else does. Nice perk, huh?
またお前はそういうことを言う。そんな優しい言葉ばかりかけられたら。
Gonna fall for me?
バカ、そんなわけないだろ。いいから行くぞ。
Right, right. Kureha blushed, ears and all, when I poked fun at her and walked off ahead of me. I honestly would have liked to hold hands along the way, but better just wait and see for now. Our long-awaited date had my heart racing. I would have to be careful not to let out my inner thoughts if I was going to lead Kureha around. Okay, I'll be waiting outside. We arrived at the shopping district just before noontime. I stood out in front of a popular boutique Aoi had told me about and took a deep breath. Now that it was the weekend, the shop was packed to the gills with other female shoppers. I didn't have the courage to step inside. I didn't, but... Kureha puffed up her cheeks for whatever reason and stared right at me. What's wrong? Need the restroom?
そうじゃない。お前も一緒に来るんだ。
With you? You want me to go inside?
そうだ。お前が金を出すんだし、お前にも服を選ぶ権利がある。
I get where you're coming from, but unlike you, I have no taste to speak of. What?
ある。
Figure it out. Oh, I got it. She may have wanted me to pick them out for her. This is nerve-wracking.
何を勝手に照れてるんだ。私は何も言ってないぞ。
Uh-huh. You made it crystal clear just now.
違う。勘違いするなバカ。バカバカバカバカ。
Maybe I really shouldn't go with you then.
いや、言っちゃダメ。
Ugh. Cute. I was a goner the second she looked up at me with those misty eyes. Alright, let's go in. Just stop looking at me like that. Yeah, but in exchange, let's pick them out together. Tell me if I pick out something that looks bad and I'll put it back. This is a rare opportunity and I want you to find something super cute to wear.
圭介、わかった。なら、一緒に選ぼう。
Right. Clothes that suited Kureha, huh? I wonder what we'd find. In terms of personal preferences, I was quite fond of miniskirts. Was that just the influence I was feeling while picking out Western-styled clothes? After heading into the boutique together, Kureha picked out a number of outfits. Over the course of our search, we stopped paying attention to the curious gazes of those around us. And then Kureha spoke up from behind the dressing room curtain. I excitedly turned around to face her. Hey, why are you hiding? There's nothing to be embarrassed about at this point, especially when we picked out the outfit together.
それはそうだが、実際着てみると印象も違うというか。
All the more reason it's okay. You're cute no matter what you wear.
だが、無駄にハードルを上げるな。
Kureha blushed and turned away. However, a determined expression spread across her face, and she released the curtain from her grasp. The curtain quietly receded and revealed what was hidden behind it.
どうだ？
It's cute! Ah! My mouth fell open and I froze in place the moment I saw her. She had a feminine pink camisole and a fluffy, tiered skirt. Past her slender white legs were red shoes with small flowers on top. Kureha was dressed in a modern outfit that was entirely different from her usual school or gym uniforms. She was incredibly adorable. No, gorgeous. The same was true when she wore her tea kettle waitress uniform, but fluffy feminine clothing really fit her perfectly. It seriously looked amazing on her.
やっぱりこの服、変？
No, far from it. When Kureha gazed upwards at me, I found myself looking away on reflex. Damn it, I was going to crumble into little pieces if she talked so sweetly to me while dressed like that. I might actually lose my mind. Kureha was too cute. Cute, pretty, and sexy, all rolled into one. She was so beautiful that it was making me turn red just looking at her. I was a total mess. I'd fallen absolutely head over heels for her, to the point I couldn't ever turn back. Yeah?
どうしてちゃんと見てくれないんだ？お前に見てほしいのに。
Don't make me say it. It's embarrassing.
その
Had she caught on to what I meant? Kureha went bright red in the face and then...
怒らない。
Huh?
きちんと言葉にしてくれないと怒らないもん。
Ah. Oh geez, she was cute. Kureha was outrageously cute when she whined. She was right though. I'd better stop beating around the bush and just say it. Kureha, you're cute. No, super pretty. I'm positively captivated by you right now.
ありがとう。
Ah, Shai-Kutan was great too. Actually, wasn't I reacting to everything she said and did ever since she got changed? Still, it wasn't like I could help it. Kureha was too adorable for me to react any other way.
ケイスケ、
Yeah?
本当にありがとう。綺麗って言ってくれて、すごく嬉しい。
Sure, you're welcome. Why don't we get going? After that, Kureha and I left the boutique and decided to walk around the shopping district. Aoi had instructed me to kill some time after leaving the shop, but hadn't clued me in on all the details. I suppose it was now in Aoi's hands. Regardless,
その
come here. We could get lost in the crowd if we don't stick close to one another.
子供扱いするな。離れてても迷子になんてならん。
Despite her protests, Kureha walked up beside me and kept in step with me. Our fingers grazed together when I tried to take her hand, and we looked at each other in surprise.
指が。
Sorry.
バカ。どうして謝るんだ。今日は はデートなんだから手をつなぐぐらい別に恥ずかしくないだろ。
Then, can I hold your hand? I awkwardly gripped Kureha's tiny hand and she returned the gesture with a somewhat tense look on her face. Your hand. It's so tiny and cute.
ありがとう。
Crap, our conversation wasn't flowing at all. Actually, why was I so nervous? I couldn't speak to her as freely as usual. What a disaster. I was apparently way too conscious of Kureha. I believed she would be adorable no matter what clothes she wore, but I never imagined it would turn out like this. Men who were giving Kureha lewd looks as they walked down the road. I guess even the people around us thought Kureha looked just as beautiful as I did. She noticed their stares and hid behind me, almost like she was afraid of something. What's wrong?
周りのやつらにチロチロ見られてる。やっぱりこの服おかしいのかな。
It's not that. Everyone's just stunned by how cute you are.
やだ。お前以外に見られたくない。
Are you basically saying I could look at you as much as I want?
いいよ。
Huh?
お前のためにこの服を着てるんだ。だから好きなだけ見ていい。お前にしか見てほしくない。
Astounding! She gave me permission to ogle her as much as I wanted. If that's how it was going to be, then I ought to promptly take her somewhere we could be alone and burn every last angle of Kureha in her street clothes into my retinas. Why don't we take a quick break then? Somewhere we can be alone. Sound good? Even though we looked away from each other, we smiled with flushed cheeks and clasped our fingers tightly together. My bold suggestion aside, Kureha was too adorable for words when she was like this. In fact, it almost made my head spin. Ah, I really was crazy for her, huh? Walking beside her like this was enough to make my chest incredibly tight. I couldn't even look her in the face for 5 whole seconds. How was it for Kureha? Was she having fun being with me and enjoying herself? I wanted to try asking how she genuinely felt.